Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. For those who are new here, I'm Liliana, and in today's video, I'm going to show you how to make this beautiful buttercream cake that seems complicated, but really it isn't. And I'm also going to show you how to make the chocolate spheres with a silicone mold. If you guys want to learn how to make this, well, keep on watching. cake is very simple. Basically, you just have to crumb coat your cake first. And when I say crumb coat, is it literally says it. You have to crumb coat, like glue the crumbs to your cake so you can go and do the next step, which would be your first layer of buttercream. So that crumb coat, to make sure that the crumbs don't mix up in your buttercream, it's important to do first, and then you freeze it for like 5 minutes, just that so that your buttercream has hardened a little bit, and then you can go ahead and do your first layer, whatever color that you want. Then if you want to do your second layer of buttercream, in between you always have to freeze first, or else both colors are going to mix and you don't want that. So that's the technique to do numerous colors of buttercream. And then for the chocolate spheres, what I did is that I used these silicones, which I really like. They come in different sizes. And as you can see, I have the big, small, and the tiny one. And by the way, all my material that I use will be in my description box down below. It should be called something like my Amazon tools, although I do give a description of all the tools that I use in each of my videos. So if you go on my Amazon store, you will see all the tools that I use, or my favorite tools, are there. So if you're interested or is curious of seeing what I use in my videos, then you can go ahead there and you'll find a link and just follow the link. So for this particular, for the spheres, what I use is I use candy melts. I personally prefer using candy melts. They're so easy to use. It's simply pop them in a microwavable bowl for 30 seconds. Always heat 30 seconds at a time, or else you're gonna burn them. So 30 seconds, mix, put another 30 seconds, mix until the whole entire thing is melted. Then what I do is that I mix it up, making sure that I cool down the candy melts. Not completely cooled, obviously, or else it's gonna be too hard to work with, but enough that it has cooled down. So then I'm just gonna transfer onto my silicone mold, making sure that everything is nice and covered, and do not forget about the edges. So once that's covered, pop it in the freezer or fridge to make sure that everything has hardened. And then before unmolding, if you covered it well, sometimes what happens is that the chocolate will go in the middle, so it will not cover correctly the border. Okay, so you will not have enough chocolate at the border, and it's important that you do, or else when you remove it, it's just gonna crack at the top. So if that's the case and the chocolate has gathered in the middle and you don't have enough here on the sides, just do a second layer of chocolate or candy melts, and then pop it in the freezer or fridge until it has completely set. Then when you unmold, what you're going to do is simply have many bakers, we all use that. I use a little heating pan. I heat it up on my stove, just a pan. You don't need to add anything to it, just heat it up. And then what I do is that I take 2 spheres and I kind of melt and don't leave it too long, or else it's gonna lose its shape. So just enough so that everything is nice and crisp, and then poof, glue them together, and then just remove the excess that has melted, and then you have the perfect sphere. What I like about it also, you can fill them up with cake. You can fill them up with little candies, chocolate, little surprises. So like that, whoever you're making the cake to can break it and have a little cute surprise on the inside. So little pointers. So yeah, so that's about that. And then to glue them together, I used a mix of buttercream and candy melts. So the buttercream that I use is the buttercream to the cake. So obviously once the cake is going to be finished, it's going to go in the fridge, so the buttercream will get hard. So the bottom where you spread buttercream will stick to the cake itself, and then from one sphere to another, I glue it with candy melts so that they stick together. So, and that's about it. There's nothing more to it. I really hope you guys enjoyed. And if you did, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and click the notification bell button so you get notified of all the videos that I put up. Thanks for watching and see you in the next one.